Where most fear to tread, they do their racing. Welcome to Mud, Sweat and Gears. After day one of the Toyota 1000 Desert Race, the Mitsubishi Pajero of Neil Woolrich and Kenny Schulthammer led the overall and Class T standings. Second in Class T were multiple SA champions Arpi Reinecker and Robin Houghton in the Castrol Toyota Land Cruiser, with rally ace Enzo Kuhn and Francois Jordan leading Class D in the Works Mitsubishi Colt. Despite a spectacular entrance to a day one service point, Nas Leroux and Henny de Steger were second in Class D in another Colt, with Jean-Pierre Joubert and Errol Hodgson leading Class E in a Toyota Hilux. Second in Class E were Ballabaspan 500 organizer Yanni Visser and Christophe Van Niekerk in another Toyota Hilux, in welcome respite for competitors and service crews after a grueling day. At the overnight halt, the special vehicle category was led by Mark Corbett and Juan Moore in the Jimco, with the pair coming in ahead of early day one pace setters Greg Harvey and Boy Stone in the Queen Motorspares Castrol Jimco. Comeback kid Marius Beaurain led Class B in the impressive Mighty Mag, with Newton Love running second to Beaurain in the Quick Fit Sandmaster after a solid day one performance. The overnight results made for some interesting reading, with developments in the various classes tailor-made for some dramatic racing on the final leg back to the finish in Gaborone. On the quad front, corrected time put the Brasco refrigeration Yamaha ridden by Mark Breckel at the front of the field. Second to Breckel was championship contender Brendan Badenhorst on the CJ Yamaha, with Paul Chomsa on the Ansa FMF Yamaha in third place. For the Quad Racer Brigade, it had been a long and bruising day, with tough and varied terrain putting a strain on both riders and machinery. A good position for Mark Breckel at the end of day one, but the challenges were queuing up behind him. For the Quad Brigade, endurance and a little luck here and there would be major factors on the final leg back to Gaborone. Overnight results left Darrell Curtis on the AGA LG Castrol KTM at the top of the leaderboard in the motorcycle category. Curtis also led the open class ahead of Errol Dalton on the factory Honda, with the day one demise of pre-race favourite Alfie Cox a major talking point at the overnight halt. In the 250 class, Rian Finikirk led AGA LG Castrol KTM teammate Elmer Simons, with a good battle between the pair on the cards on the homeward leg of the Toyota 1000 Desert Race. 200 class championship leader Barry Creel on a KTM was firmly ensconced in the top 10 after another impressive ride on day one, with the KwaZulu-Natal star leading the category ahead of Wayne Farmer. Out on the Russell Campbell racing Kawasaki, Farmer had a good day and is seen here wasting little time in getting past the Joubert Hodgson Toyota Hilux on his way to the overnight halt. The overnight motorcycle leaderboard set up the prospect of some interesting homeward-bound tussles in the various classes. The leaders in each category all faced pressure situations, and it was going to be a case of survival of the fittest. We're all set for plenty of mud, sweat and gears in the off-roader, the Toyota 1000 Desert Race, Day 2. A relaxed atmosphere and camaraderie at the overnight halt is always a feature of the Toyota 1000 Desert Race, and this year an enterprising group set up satellite TV to watch the rugby test between South Africa and England. There's always plenty to eat and drink, and there's never a shortage of topics of conversation. Here and there, impromptu sing-along sessions get underway, and it all encompasses the spirit of off-road racing.
Country road, I can hear a voice.
Competitors and service crews welcome the respite offered by the overnight halt, but behind the scenes race organisers are still hard at work. Over 6,000 man-hours are spent planning and staging the Toyota 1000 Desert Race, with 126 race officials on duty. Among them are an intrepid band of enthusiasts who manage and control the various refuel stops along the route.
We're responsible for the last 2 years for running the Toyota fuel stop with the family and friends of Valvili. And everybody here is quite a mixed audience. It's from farmers and scientists and teachers, the whole group. and everybody is having fun here. We all do it because we enjoy the outdoors and also involved in the 4x4, specifically off-race, of our main interest, and that's why we're doing it. And we love it, and we hope we're going to be here for quite a number of years to come.
An outward loop on the Day 2 route would take competitors deeper into the Botswana bush before backtracking back to the finish in Gaborone. It was cold and misty, with the overnight halt area looking like a Roman encampment from days of yore. Everyone was warmly wrapped up against the cold, with overnight leaders Neil Woolrich and Kenny Scholthammer waiting to get proceedings underway in the factory Mitsubishi Pajero. There was time for a last-minute consultation between